Next, let's talk about your experience. Oftentimes, writing down your experience is the most daunting part of your resume. You'll either be coming into it in one of three stages. The first stage is not even having your history documented. Your second stage is that you have it written down, but you're having a hard time determining which ones matter. And the third stage is having all that information, knowing which experiences matter, and just not knowing how to format it for your resume. So if you're in stage one, you want to start with the basics. And a great way to do that is to use this tool that we love in career development called onetonline.org. This is put together by the Department of Labor Statistics on a federal level, so you know it's legit. And what you can do is research any occupation that you might have had in the past or that you currently hold by putting it into the occupational search bar. And then it will retrieve back a list of common tasks and responsibilities that most people in that occupation do. And it'll be in really concise bullet form, so it's easy to copy and paste. Another thing that you'll want to do is document all these tasks and responsibilities that you've done. And sometimes people use a Word document or a spreadsheet. But what makes this so important is that when you are customizing your resumes, you can go to this document and copy out the things that are relevant to the job description that you're applying for. You'll also want to review any job descriptions, either your current job description or previous job descriptions, just to see if that triggers anything in your brain. Also, pay special note to any IT or tech you've done, even if it's informally and not listed anywhere on a job description. Most times, us techies get pulled into Tier 1 help desk for the office, and that's important, so you might want to put that in your work history as well. So let's say you're in stage 2, where you have all of your work history documented, but you're having a hard time determining which ones to include into your resume. So here's some tips for you. You'll want to use experience that involves those transferable skills that show that you're a team player, that you have critical thinking skills, that you can communicate well, and that you have time management. Also, don't include any work history that's over 7 years old, unless it is IT specific, and because that's relevant, of course. Another thing you might want to consider is using any relevant projects, be that team projects that you do at school, if you are volunteering and using IT in that capacity, or even if you've created a home lab so you can practice and learn more about your craft. So if you're in stage 3, you understand who you are, how your work history applies to IT, but you're having a hard time formatting it specifically for an IT resume. There's multiple ways to format this, but I have two that I like to use. The one on the left is your basic format that you've probably seen in several resume templates before, where it lists the company, the position, and 2 to 3 bullet points of your main tasks or responsibilities as it relates to the job description that you're going for. Another format that I really love is the qualifications format. And what this effectively does is it pulls those bullet points away from the individual jobs and places them under a new subcategory called qualifications. And what this does is give the reader the idea that you have these skills innately within you and not attribute it to a specific occupation or job title that you held at another company. This is a good method to use, especially if you have work experience that is unrelated to IT. So you only want to pull out those bullet points that are relevant or show transferable skills.